Alright, y'all, this SB24 postseason. It's the playoffs. We're going up against Chicago and that lineup at Chicago. So let's do it, y'all. Time to do it. Good lineup. Good lineup. Good lineup. Let's do it, y'all.
MLB Network is your exclusive home for postseason baseball. It's Game 1 of the National League Division Series between the New York Mets and the Chicago Cubs. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian welcoming you to our exclusive postseason coverage on MLB Network. With me is Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac. And Dan, we'll start with you. This series has the feel of one that's about to get very interesting.
Well, here's a little comparison of these two teams. Looking at it earlier, to me, the story is all about the pitching. Both squads have some good arms, and the team that gets the best outings are probably going to come out on top.
The postseason is officially in full swing. Lineups and first pitch coming up next. Back now live as we count down to the start of Game 1. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2019 Chicago Cubs.
Briefly now, we'll look at the two starters who get the ball here in Game 1. And now a chance to meet the Mets. Harold, what's the key for him against one of the best starters in the game?
I tell you, I thought long and hard about what the key was for them, and it comes down to one word: discipline. If they're disciplined at the plate, if they don't run into outs, and if they throw to the right bases, they got a chance to win this game.
Jake Arrieta will do the pitching in front of the hometown crowd here in Game 1. Harold, what do you got?
Well, Matt, he's got 5 pitches, and I mean, they're all good. He throws them for strikes, he dominates, he mixes speeds up. I asked him one day, what's your best pitch? And he told me all 5. Let's take a look at the Cubbies defensively, brought to you by Majestic. And down at third base, Chris Bryant. You talk about a tall drink of water. He knocks down everything. He's got the arm strength to play deep. He's got the good hands to catch the ball. But I think it's amazing to be that tall and force him to have to hit the ball over you.
Here's Chris Bryant now. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Third baseman, Chris Bryant.
This is what we play for, y'all.
Hey, come on now.
This is what we play for.
And that swung on and missed for strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. And he takes a pitch right down the middle.
Oh, that's for sure going to be a pitch he wants back. You're not going to get many balls right in the wheelhouse from a top-level arm like this.
And here's a ball hit in the air. Vogt is there for it. Looks it into his glove, and there's 1 gone. Here's Jason Hayward now.
Batting second, right fielder, Jason Hayward.
Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. The windup and the 0-1. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
Frozen with a high fastball there. We'll see if they try to climb the ladder even more on the next pitch.
Hey, all right, here we go now.
Over towards the dugout, but this one will get into the stands. Fastball, strike three called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are two away. And with two away now, let's give you a look at the big picture here. There you see the participants in this year's playoffs. Anthony Rizzo stands in now. No one aboard for him, and two gone here in the first.
Rizzo.
The high fastball is in there.
Oh, he reached back and challenged him right there. I like that. Early in the count. Here it is, big fella. I know you're a good hitter, but I'm coming right after you.
And he pulled up in time, but it's a called strike two. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Ed Drummond.
Yeah, Matt, it seems like Drummond is pretty reasonable back there. He's consistent. You don't see many guys rubbernecking calls on him. That's probably not what he wants to do with two strikes right there with the fastball. He is fortunate he just fouled it off.
Another 0-2 home. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
Well, that's a smart miss there. Sometimes guys will chase it down there, especially when they're in protect mode on an 0-2 count.
Swing and a miss at a big breaking ball, and that's how the inning comes to an end.
Cubs are down in order. We are still scoreless. Coming to the plate now, Kyle Schwarber.
Leading off for the
He'll
Cubs.
start things out here in a
Left
tie
fielder,
ball game.
Kyle Schwarber.
Where's the one now?
Into the windup and the pitch. First pitch is a fastball inside, 1-0.
And nobody out now.
Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. A swing and a miss just out in front of that fastball. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss.
Boy, he juked him out of his shoes with that changeup. Stood almost no chance of doing anything with it, but it probably looked good coming in.
Ready on 1-2. And the third baseman will have a look at it, but this is back into the seats. Here's another 1-2. And he lays off the curveball. Strike three called, and that's going to be out number one.
Big curveball for the strikeout there, and that came after an absolute missile of a fastball. Even if you recognize the breaking ball out of the pitcher's hand, it's so hard for hitters to sit back long enough after they've seen a really good fastball. Only the best can keep their hands back on those.
Here's Javier Baez. That's popped up out towards short right field. Cabrera is there for it, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning. So coming to the plate, David Peralta. He'll try to make something happen with two gone in the bottom of the second.
Hey, let's go right here.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And they'll try and get him out in front to start the at-bat, but this misses off the plate away. It's ball one. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. A fastball down near the shoe tops.
Yeah, we got two.
There's a high foul ball as it finds a lucky fan in the upper deck for a souvenir. On a good pitch there, had him stretching to get out there, and it's 2-2 now.
You know, he's really pitching well in this game. All you got to do is look at the swings they're taking. He's got guys out in front. He's got them guessing. He's coming up with some.
Got him looking, and that'll do it. The inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. We'll move to the third with no score. It's a great day for baseball here in Chicago as we welcome you back to this MLB Network broadcast from Wrigley Field. Now at the plate, Sean Brown.
Pitcher, Sean Brown.
Into the windup and the pitch. First pitch fastball in on the fists for ball 1. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Swings through the slider there.
Well, he doubled up on that slider, so that tells me he's really feeling it at this point in the game. Good chance we'll see a heavy dose of that slider as this start continues.
Swing and a liner. Both teams so far yet to crack the hit column. And this is hit hard up the middle. That's a hit, the first of the game for the Mets.
Woo, that ball was close right there. Whizzed right by his ear. Matt, they always say chuck and duck. Well, that's an example of it right there.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Jamie Perez. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Perez.
Come on now, rip it.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Oh, and this is hit high and deep out to left. And this one is gone.
Yes.
A home run.
That's Perez.
It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. His first homer here in the series as the Mets are out in front now 2-0.
Well, they were smart not to challenge him with a fastball, but it didn't matter. He's their big dog for a reason, so he waited, stayed back, and absolutely exploded through the zone on that one.
So digging in now, Wilson Contreras. He'll get us going in the home half of inning number 3.
Wilson Contreras.
Now a changeup here to start things out, but that'll dip a bit too low, and it's 1-0. And that's too high, ball 2. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Just a bit jumpy that time, swung on and missed. Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. A called strike over the outside corner.
Nobody out now. Nobody out.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fastball called strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
You know what was really impressive to me about that strikeout? He fell behind 2-0 to start the at-bat. That's a pretty bad place to be, but then he kind of refocused himself and came right back with 3 quality pitches in a row to sit him down. That's not easy to do, but now his focus has to hone in on getting ahead on the next guy.
Here's Addison Russell as he will take a look at strike 1 on a fastball right down the pipe.
Now, Matt, this is the tough part of being the 8-hitter. That ball's right down the middle. So it makes me wonder, is he trying to give his pitcher a breather, or is he just not being aggressive? With the pitcher hitting behind you, you get a ball grooved, you got to take a big hack.
Right there, and it's quickly 0-2 now.
That is a filthy combination. High 90s with the fastball, and then that nasty curveball. It's almost unhittable, almost unfair to the hitter.
And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Hey, 0-2 in the dirt. Listen, this team's a very free-swinging team, so he's just going to go ahead and try to keep bouncing. If they're going to swing at him, he's going to keep throwing him.
And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2. And he struck him out as well. So the bottom of the order providing little resistance here, and there are 2 away. Another strikeout for him on the mound, and boy, is it fun to watch him go about his business.
No doubt, Matty. He's one of my favorites, mostly because of his stuff. You know, he can absolutely dominate on any given day because of what he offers up there. It's just nasty. There aren't many hitters that like to see this guy on the mound.
Standing in now, Jake Arrieta hit on the ground down the first baseline. But a foul ball here, 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. And that changeup makes him jump, a swing and a miss.
Matt, he's one pitch away from striking out the side. Now that's a shutdown inning. Your team gets your runs, and then you go back and shut them down.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Cubs are down in order. They trail things here 2-0. Digging in for his second at-bat, Chris Bryant comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame.
Number 17.
Into the windup and the pitch. And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul. And he goes and chops this one out towards second. Cabrera's there, and he's set down, one away. Ready for another chance? Jason Hayward. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Jason Hayward.
A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. Chop foul over towards the dugout.
He's clearly looking to hit off the fastball and adjust. That's a pretty good swing after seeing 2 fastballs now in a row.
And a fastball not close. It's 2-1 now.
Hey, here we go now.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Struck him out, so he's set down on strikes for the second time today.
Boy, it's been a rough go through these middle innings so far. This offense right now really doesn't have an answer for anything that he's throwing. He's attacking up, down, in, and out in the strike zone. He's been awfully dominant up to this point.
Striding in once again, Anthony Rizzo, looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. First pitch on its way. Good changeup that time, but he wouldn't bite on it.
Still a little bit early to be worrying about this, but in a 2-run game, a 2-out walk right here could at least get the tying run to the plate. And on top of that, there's some pop on that on-deck circle.
And a breaking ball falls in there for a strike. It's 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a ball hit softly on the ground. Throw won't be in time as he reaches it first.
Well, this guy's got good stuff. He held him to no hits for a long time. To get a little dribbler to start your offense going, though, that's a positive, believe it or not. Finally in the hit column.
Digging in to try it again, Kyle Schwarber. He gets a shot to hit here in the inning following the 2-out single.
Yeah, and that hit might not amount to much, but anytime you could extend an inning and give a guy with plenty of pop a chance to swing it, the outlook of an inning changes dramatically. Well, that was a big 2-out single we just saw, and for pretty obvious reasons. The inning went from totally under control to now. He's got to deal with some dangerous hitters here with a runner on base, and this is how 2-out rallies start. He certainly hasn't been the aggressor in this at-bat. 2 straight takes, so now we'll see if he can change his approach and battle up.
There's a fastball that just misses, ball 1.
Okay, so now is where I think you pull the string. Throw the El Cambio up there. Hasn't seen it yet, and I think he's set up for it right here.
No runs, just 1 hit. No errors so far for the Cubbies. And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2.
Pretty standard curve in the dirt, looking for a strikeout there, but that was a good job of recognizing it and holding back at the plate.
Looking to punch him out again, the pitch. And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. One left for the Cubs. They trail it here 2-0. Digging in now, Sean
The pitcher, number
Brown.
44, Sean Brown.
Come on, kid. See and drop.
First offering on its way. Liner towards second. And that'll get down for a 2-out single. So the 2-out base hit and the top of the inning is still alive.
He is having a terrific game, pitching well enough to get back to the plate again, and this time he delivers with a base hit.
Digging in and looking for more, Jamie Perez comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. Now a bunt attempt here. Onto the bag with it is Rizzo, and the inning is over. So no runs here on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. Home half of the 5th coming up. The Mets are out on top, 2-0.
Leading off for the Cubs, second baseman, Javier Baez.
Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Hit on the ground to short. Flores has it. And a rather easy first out. There's our line score through the first 4.5, and these guys have basically had the bats taken right out of their hands. Just 1 hit to this point. So striding forward now, David Peralta. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
David Peralta.
Into the windup and the pitch. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
They can't afford to continue to fall back any further. They got to get something going on the offensive side. Somebody's got to step up, give a big hit, maybe even a home run, drop a bunt, do something. But this offense has to get going.
And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now.
Got 1 down now. 1 down.
Trying to send him packing for the 2nd time. Struck him out, and he becomes the 9th strikeout victim thus far.
Well, you can tell by their approach that they're going to go up there and try to be aggressive off this guy, but he's taking full advantage of that. He's pounding the zone with strikes, and right now we're seeing a lot of swings and misses and a lot of strikeouts and no walks either.
The catcher, number 40, Wilson Contreras.
Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras, as he'll take a changeup here for strike 1. 0 for 1 after he took a look at strike 3 in his first plate appearance.
All right, come on now.
Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
Boy, Matt, he's in some kind of groove, and they better get something working because he is 1 pitch away from throwing 5 shutout innings. Talk about dominant work so far.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And there's a sinker that he just spits on as it misses low. No runs, just 1 hit. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Good plate discipline to lay off the slider that time, and he draws even at 2-2.
That's some good hitting right there. Great eyes. I mean, to recognize that and lay off it right now, that was nice.
And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now, 3-2.
Wow, from 0-2 to 3-2, and that last pitch on 2-2 wasn't even close. He had this guy.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They're down 2-0. Here's Addison Russell. He'll start things out in their half of the 6th as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that, quite frankly, has been non-existent to date.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've been completely overmatched to this point. 1 hit through 5 innings. I mean, what else can you say about the pitching they faced? Other than it's been fantastic. We'll see if that continues as we approach the later inning.
First delivery to him on the way. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1.
You know, when a guy starts to get tired, you often see their breaking stuff start to flatten out, but that's not the case here. Still has really nice finish on that slider, as we just saw.
Here comes the 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
I think if he executes that pitch on the corner instead of off of it, he probably gets some pretty weak contact, if anything. He jammed him pretty hard on the previous pitch, so my bet was he was going to try to cheat on the inside part, thinking it might be coming again.
Jankowski charges in, and he'll make the catch as he calls his man off. Ryan Braun will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here. Action in the Mets bullpen now. It's both a lefty and a right-hander that start to throw. Hit toward the right side, and this will be put away easily for the out. Here's Chris Bryant now. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point.
Third baseman, Chris Bryant.
Fastball in there for a called strike.
That's a big pitch right there. It could change the at-bat. When you're facing a good hitter like this, that first pitch, strike 1, is so important as to who's going to control this at-bat. Right now, pitcher's got the advantage.
Right by him here, and he's set up for another strikeout here. The count to 0-2.
We're really watching a great performance. This is a good hitting team. He's got 2 outs already in the 6th inning. We're 1 out.
Threw it right past him. A swing and a miss at the gas, and that ends the inning. Cubs are down in order. They trail things here 2-0. Digging in once again, Jason Hayward. He'll start things out here in the bottom of inning number 7.
Jason Hayward.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. A slider that he looks at over the outside corner.
Tying run stands on deck, but it'll only matter if the guy in the box can get on base.
Yeah, and that has to be his mentality at the plate right now, Matt. He can't be the hero, so he needs to do what he can to give the guy behind him a chance to be the guy.
Jankowski has to come in a few steps, but he has it for out number 1. Anthony Rizzo stands in now. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far.
Rizzo.
Into the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball. Well, as demonstrated there, that's a tough pitch to do anything with.
Yeah, good luck. But hey, a high fastball all of a sudden becomes really dangerous for a pitcher if it's not spotted above the zone. A little height difference makes all the difference. The 7th inning is one of those innings when you might start seeing some warning signs from your starters that they're reaching the end of their rope, but that's not the case here. He looks really solid to me.
Ball swung on and hit high down the line in left, but it'll get back in among the crowd, so the count holds at 0-2.
Well, I think he's trying to get that 2-strike fastball out of the zone. Just caught too much of the plate right there. Fortunately, he fouled it off instead of putting it in the seats.
You know, he's one of their guys they rely on to get their offense going. They need a rally, so we'll see if he can spark one here.
We got one out here.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And you can tell he wanted to hold off, but he swings through the inside pitch anyway, and he becomes out number 2.
Hey, it's not that easy to make a good hitter look that bad, but that's what happens when you can bring that fastball and ride it in on the inner half of the plate right there. You can get some pretty ugly swings.
And it looks now like a right-hander's begun to get loose in the Mets bullpen.
Left fielder, Kyle Schwarber.
Into the box now, Kyle Schwarber. As he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Got him to go after that one, and he's in a quick hold, 0-2.
Boy, he's been great in this one, and he's only one strike away from putting another 0 on the scoreboard.
Hard on the ground towards short. And a backhanded try into the hole at short, but this gets on by.
Well, he persevered right through it. Now he's 0 for 2 before this base hit right here with 2 strikeouts. Man, this makes it feel good now. Now he's getting that confidence and a little swagger back.
Second baseman, number 9, Javier Baez.
Here's Javier Baez as he'll take a look at ball 1. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game so far.
Hey, play the first. Play the first.
A swing and a miss. He's behind the big curveball. 2 out with the man at first. And that one stayed too low, apparently.
Got two down.
Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1.
Oh, come on.
And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1.
Well, he falls behind 3-1 right now, but man, he is really throwing the ball well. He's been attacking them all game.
He's set, and the 3-1 pitch. Way out in front.
All right, 3-2 count with 2 outs. The runner on first will be moving, so we'll see what happens. There are a lot of possible outcomes with this kind of play. Full count with 2 outs now, so if he can put the ball in the gap.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. The Mets lead this one 2-0. Ready for another shot
The
now.
pitcher, number
Sean
44.
Brown.
Sean
Couple of singles
Brown.
to his credit thus far.
Can't find it. Be patient, huh? They can come to you. Come on, big guy. One time. Here you go.
Fooled him a bit as this is hit high in the air towards right center and shallow. Hayward has a long run, but he takes charge for route number 2. Ready once again, David Peralta. He leads off their
Leading
half
off
of
for
the
the
8th, and they've been unable to get
Center
that
fielder,
starter out of the game to
David
this point.
Peralta.
Yeah, he settled in early on the mound, partly due to the lead his guys gave him to take some of the pressure off. He's taken that and pitched very effectively in this one.
Well, they haven't had a real good game plan. That's a lot of balls they're swinging at out of the zone, helping him out. And there's the sign of another one out of the zone, helping the pitcher out. Got to know your zone. You want to have a chance.
Ready with the 0-2. Got him. And he goes down on strikes for the 3rd time.
Matt, just about everything he's doing is working. All of his pitches, great command, great location, and the big key, with 2 strikes, he's attacking the zone.
The catcher, number 40.
Into the box, Wilson Contreras. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. No hits to this point.
One out now.
The windup and the 0-1. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2.
0-2 is the count.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
Well, no surprise on that one. That's the classic slider down the way, trying to get him to chase on that 0-2 pitch.
That misses, and we're even at 2-2.
Well, he tried to put him away on 2 pitches low in the zone, and he just wasn't biting. Nice job of hitting.
Now here's the pitch. Struck him out. Struck him out again, I should say. His 3rd punch out of the game.
He's really racked up the strikeouts in this one, and this guy's been victimized 3 times already today. He and this lineup are clearly having a really tough time picking him up.
Now batting.
In now,
Shortstop,
Addison Russell.
Addison Russell.
And a swing from him yields a foul pop out of play to the right.
And plays at 1 now.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
I gotta say, his command of the corners in this start has been pretty exceptional. He's mixed East and West really well, and it's a big reason why he's had success.
2 down, 2 down.
Trying to strike out the side. Here it is.
1 ball, 2
Can't
strikes,
get him to
count.
chase. It's 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. This is flared out towards second.
Ooh, yes.
And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. So they go down without a whimper here. We're on to the 9th here in game 1. It's the Mets 2 and the Cubs nothing. Standing in, Tommy Lane
Leading
will be
up,
the one to get us
bottom of the
going
ninth
here in the
inning for the
bottom of
Cubs.
inning number 9.
Enter Tommy
Outfield comes
Lane.
way in here. The first pitch. They'll try and entice him with a high fastball, but he wouldn't commit. It's ball 1. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Late that time for a strike.
Hey, play the first. Play the first.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. Oh, they'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now.
Oh, man, he just tied him up in knots right there.
1-2. Here it comes. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
Well, these are just extra pitches that are just going to add to your pitch count. He's not trying to work around him, and no reason to, but sometimes you just lose the strike zone for no apparent reason.
Struck him out. Strikeout number 16 thus far as he's had a whale of a ball game. Now at the plate, Chris Bryant.
Up next for
No
the
hits
Cubs.
in 3 tries so
Third
far.
baseman.
He's struck out once.
Ryan.
Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes.
And even though he's had some success against this guy in the ball game, he still knows he's a very dangerous opponent. He won't want to fall behind him any further.
It's a swinging bunt up the line. Throw on to first gets him, and that means the Cubs are down to their final out now. Here's Jason Hayward now. He's their last shot here with 2 away in the 9th as they look to avoid the shutout.
Yeah, Matt, they just haven't had any answer for the great pitching so far in this one.
Hey, get ahead right here.
Into the windup and the pitch. There's a fastball right over the inside corner.
This guy's got to get on base. You got the big boy sitting on the on-deck circle. I want to see him come up with a chance to tie this thing.
2 down, 2 down.
And a step off. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Slapped hard the opposite way. And that is in there for a 2-out base knock. So Anthony Rizzo will have a chance to bat this inning following the base hit.
Well, Matt, that was a huge at-bat. He gets the single right here. There's 2 out in the 9th, and it brings the tying run to the plate.
Now here comes the Mets skipper on his way toward the mound. And a change is in the offing as that'll be all for his starter this afternoon. So as he departs, he'll remain responsible for the man left to board, but he cannot lose this one. Jerry Familia takes over on the mound now as he'll try to get the final out of the ball game here and pick up a save.
Familia.
Come on, baby. Save this for me. Yes.
Hey, it's hard to win games at any point, but to win games on the road, especially in this ballpark, it's never easy to win games on the road, so they are very happy with this win.
Time for one final check of the line score as you see the key players there in this shutout victory. Well, we watched a really solid starting pitching performance, kept the opposition at bay, and as a result, he's our top player of the game.
Well, when you rack up a whole boatload of strikeouts like he did here, there's not much of a debate to be had. He was fun to watch, and I'm excited to see how he backs it up next time.
Good game. Good start to the playoffs.
A 2-0 finish today. The Mets win the opener here in the division series. Jake Arrieta pitched well, allowing only 2 earned, but ends up taking the loss. So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Harold Reynolds, Dan Plesac, and the rest of our crew. This is Matt Vasgersian, and you've been watching a presentation of MLB Network. See you next time.